this is evidence, this is new evidence that no one had ever searched for. And we were able to find it. It was unbelievable. It was overwhelming. We all cried.
Tonight, the family of Emmett Till is renewing their calls for answers after discovering an arrest warrant in the case that was never served. The name on it, Mrs. Roy Bryant, who's still alive to this day. In the wake of this massive revelation, our Emily Longnecker talked to an Indianapolis reporter who covered the case back in the 50s. He shares insight into the ongoing calls for answers and justice.
The crowds are gone, and this Delta town is back to its silent, solid life that is based on cotton and the proposition that a whole race of men was created to picket.
Those were the words Indianapolis native Dan Wakefield wrote nearly 67 years ago as a reporter after covering the trial of two men, Roy Bryant and his half-brother J.W. Milam, accused of murdering 14-year-old Emmett Till.
I think all the reporters there understood, we all understood that the outcome of the trial was predetermined, that no jury of white men in Mississippi would convict these two white men.
And they didn't. Bryant and Milam went free, but later admitted in an interview they killed Till. They couldn't be retried, though, because of double jeopardy laws.
I think the whole country is still on a quest of sorts for justice and for justice being done.
Till's family is, after his relatives recently searched and found an unserved arrest warrant for Carolyn Bryant, who testified at her husband and brother-in-law's trial, that then 14-year-old Till made a pass at her and threatened her. Wakefield remembers Bryant in court.
She was what the family wanted her to be, the demure, quiet, and also I would say, very confident, almost arrogant, as the men were.
This past December, the Justice Department closed an investigation into Till's murder after federal investigators reportedly couldn't prove Bryant, now in her 80s with the last name Dunham, had lied in her testimony about Till. Federal investigators had reopened the case after a book was reportedly published in which Bryant appeared to recant her claims against Till. But when federal investigators interviewed her, she reportedly denied she had lied about what happened.
I think she should be the one that give the rest of the story and tell the rest of the story.
That's because Johnny B. Thomas, who's the founder of the Emmett Till Historic Intrepid Center, has some deeply personal questions about Till's murder.
They've always said that black men was involved. And I'd like to know, including my father's allegedly involved. He said he wasn't, but she would know.
Thomas says his father, who died in 2009, worked for J.W. Milam. And although his father was never charged for any involvement in Till's murder, allegations have always been there.
I'd love to have answers. I need answers.
Whether those come because of the recent discovery of the arrest warrant never served on Bryant is the question.
They've always known that there was a warrant issued, but never served. And of course now, serving it now, I don't know what good it would do with the case closed.
Well, today, we also heard from civil rights activists in Raleigh, North Carolina, where Bryant currently lives. They're calling on police to work with Mississippi officials to finally serve the warrant and arrest her.
We're asking you to execute the warrant. Execute the warrant so that they can come to Raleigh, or Raleigh will transport her back to Mississippi so that at least that the family of Emmett Till can get some justice.
Activists say if she isn't arrested, they plan to protest in Raleigh on Wednesday.